Yep, I'm live. Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone is doing good. If you have or haven't been paying attention to the news, there's a lot going on for us here in California, specifically for small business innovation and entrepreneurship. So about 4.1 million small businesses here in California. And what we're seeing is people are having some challenges. There's tons of opportunity. The governor announced a fund with about 500 million in grants with a max of up to 25,000. So a couple things to note: the program is not live yet, but they are, you can go learn about it. I'm going to bring someone else on really quickly to chat with us about that. And then we'll show you guys the website so you can find out how you can get your portion of it. Now, keep in mind, grants are going to be anywhere on the low end to the high end. So it's going to be assigned based on need. And you want to have all those details that you had when you did the PPP. So I'm going to bring in, looks like I got a buddy in here with me. Hold on one second. Hey, Scott.
Hey, how are you?
How crazy is this that we're like in real time trying to get this information out to people, right?
I know. You know what, Marissa? It feels like when the original PPP was the original National Economic Aid. So you had the PPP, and before that you had the EIDL, and everyone was trying to figure out what end is up and what does it mean to me and how do I apply, and all those different types of things. And so this is awesome, Marissa, that you jumped right on this and helping people out.
I think it's one of the ways that you can use social media for good, right? Hey, this stuff is happening on Twitter. I don't fight with people on Twitter. I try to find the information that's coming out. So again, the link is up there, guys. I'm going to go ahead and post it in the comments as well. So if you're trying to get more information, keep in mind the website is going to be really jammed right now. Scott and I, and actually my other colleague, Sarah, we were trying to get on for so we could get access to some of this stuff. So it is up. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the screen so everyone can kind of get eyeballs on it.
And Marissa, while you're doing that, I'm texting with some people in Sacramento, and I'm texting with somebody tied to the SBA and the SBDC just to see if there's anything else that we can learn about this.
Let's just keep it going.
Okay.
For sure. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start a couple watch parties as well, just so we can make sure that our network knows what's happening and that we can get this message out to people. Again, so much stuff is happening in real time. So guys, this is the website, and this is going to give you the information right at the top. You'll see small business relief grant, right? So there's a whole package. So when you go there to click, what you want to do is just make sure that you're putting in the info that you need to, and to make sure that you get notified, because that's the most important thing. You want to make sure that you whitelist when you get that confirmation email so that it goes to the top of your inbox. So a lot of times people don't whitelist it. So if you put a star next to it, it'll stay at the top of your inbox, and you just go in here and it's going to tell you exactly. And then they're doing it by profession. So you can put in there, are you a nonprofit? Are you corporate? Are you just a small business owner? Keep in mind, small business owners are considered those kind of under 16 million for the purposes of a lot of this funding. And then there's still a lot of other opportunities as well, Scott. So, and I think you talked about it this morning or yesterday, right? As well.
Yes. And I just think it's really important that you go right now and you get on this list, because the state of California, as generous as this this offer sounds, they're understaffed, and there are still over 1.25 million people that applied for unemployment back in March that still haven't heard back from the state, and they may be calling every day. So I think it's really important that you get on here quickly. It's really important that you get notified with that first batch of people, and then I would also add, Marissa, to getting on the list. Create a bookmark in your browser and put it front and center, because who knows, maybe the mail system goes down, or that's what's running late. So you're kind of doing both. You're waiting for the email, but you keep clicking on there to see if it's live.
And I would just encourage people as well. I know that I talked to a lot of people. They were in such a hurry when they were applying for PPP or everything, that they put in their email address incorrectly. So this is going to be one of those times that when you do it, you don't want to maybe you put, I always joke, everyone puts Gmail, right? They mix up their Gmail account or whatever. So just make sure that you're being a little bit more careful. And it looks like I've got Luis. Hey, Louise, nice to see you on the live stream. I'm getting texts from people as well because I'm putting this on Instagram. So at any rate, we just wanted to show you what's going on. And again, a lot of people don't even know that the state has a page on small business innovation and entrepreneurship. So I think there's, I think we have felt a little neglected as entrepreneurs and small business owners in California. So I think anytime we have some opportunity to grab, information, again, more than 4 million small businesses here. And then this actual advocacy council is kind of, there's a ton of resources here as well. If you are in e-commerce, there is a specific initiative called Get Digital. Get Digital is all about taking brick and mortar businesses and helping them transition to e-commerce. So there's funding from e-commerce platforms, there's resources and marketing partners that are paid for by the state that can come in. So if you have a boutique or you have a brick and mortar store and you can put any of that inventory online, that you can actually do that. And there's a pathway for you, and that's called the Get Digital program. So tons and tons of stuff. Again, I agree with Scott. You should definitely take it, bookmark it, put it up there. And then, of course, don't forget on the bottom as well, tons of other resources will populate in here for you, and the statistics and the facts. But most important, up here, you're going to go ahead and click. You're going to fill out that information. Make sure you do that today. Anything else you want to add, Scott?
Yeah, there was the other link that we were looking at today while the governor was talking, that first link that you had sent out. And I think that it's important to not only get signed up here, but to go there, because I'm watching TV over here. I'm watching some over here. One of the things that he was talking about was things like loan guarantees. He was talking about business tax credits, business tax relief. It sounds like they are really trying to help small business in a number of different ways. So it's not just about applying for this $25,000. There's other things that are out there. I just think this money is going to go faster than anything else.
I think so too. Yeah. And I think we saw kind of the first time, I'm going to go ahead and load another website. We saw the first time kind of that this happened, how people were just kind of unsure, right? They didn't know. And so many people waited such a long time for EIDL and PPP. Yeah. So what we're going to show now is a little bit more of some of the other programs where there is kind of a 95% forgiveness on some of these loans and other options for those that are interested. And I think that'll be important for people to see.
So listen, 95, it might not be a grant where everything's written off 100%, but 95% forgiveness is phenomenal. And so Marissa, this is a great resource that you shared earlier today. Somebody just sent me a text here in California. If you're watching in California, it is important to know that so some of the things that were just laid out, we're going back to a statewide stay-at-home, and he's calling it a regional stay-at-home, meaning the state of California. He said that this could last. Last night I was texted 3 to 7 weeks. Today he mentioned up to 2 months. Restaurants are going to be takeout and delivery service only. Again, yes. Retail, I believe I saw that retail is going to be open, but to a capacity of 20%. So just a very small couple people in the store. One of the things that's different than the original stay-at-home, different areas of California may do this in different ways, is that you are able to go outside and exercise and things like that at the beaches and the parks, which is different. Remember, Marissa, back then?
When we weren't even allowed to go to the beach, remember?
No beach. Any of that stuff.
Yeah. It's, I think that, the most important thing I can tell people, whether you're here in California or another state, is regardless of whether you agree or disagree with the governor, paying attention to their Twitter accounts. He started dripping out the fact that there was going to be a $500 million fund like 3 days ago. So we intentionally set notifications. So we killed all notifications except for those that kind of affected us. So just kind of, I always kind of say, it doesn't matter where you stand politically. It just, if you follow the right things on Twitter, then you're using the notification. Use social media to your advantage, right? Like don't get distracted with cat videos right now. Definitely follow funding. And again, the California Infrastructure and Economic Development Bank has all of these different programs that are available. So there's loans, There's specific small business resources. So when we look
Mhm.
at that rebuilding fund, some of the funding from that 500 million is in that rebuilding fund. So definitely kind of want to check that out. Make sure you get in there. Make sure that you understand what you're getting. And then again, they have
Mhm.
signups and different email listing for all of these different things. So they also have opportunities now for those of you guys that are doing really well. If
Mhm.
you're doing
Mhm.
really well in business and crushing it, this is a time to consider as approach end of year. If you need to burn some cash or you need to donate or you want to do any of these
Mhm.
programmings, the tax write-offs are unbelievable for some of these
Yeah.
corporations and individuals right now. So there's two sides to the equation. You either need funding, or if you are in an industry that's booming right now, and I always run into this with end of year with clients, right? They want to prepay for
Yeah.
Q1, Q2. This is a great way to do this. Get some really great tax credits that are available to you. And then
Mhm.
also you can subscribe to all of these different notices as they happen in real time. And again, I would tell you to hit the star so that they're prioritized, or you can prioritize these emails in your inbox so they don't end up in your spam.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice, and I think you not only have to be signed up to the state's Twitter, you got to be signed up to Marissa's everything, because 3 days ago, she reached out to me and she said, "Here's what's coming," and everything that she shared with me 3 days ago was dead on accurate. Last night, I received something from somebody about what's going to come. It completely matched what Marissa had been telling me, and we've been talking about kind of offline. And I think that timing is really important with this stuff. I worked with on my show. We went through all of the program stimulus was. We broke everything down. We brought in people from the SBA, SBEC, from SCORE to help people understand how to go and get everything that they could that was being offered.
Yeah.
And one of the challenges that people had is, they would, like we did today, Marissa, and EIDL, by the way, that's emergency. What was it? Emergency income disaster
Disaster
relief
loan.
loan, disaster loan.
With
And
the
what that
SBA.
was from the SBA. And what that was is that was a loan that had been in existence pre-COVID for disasters like hurricanes and floods. And because it was funded, what the government did is said you could get up to, it was like $25,000 or $35,000 if you applied. Now, the average person I know got between $1,500 and $3,500 if they got it. But they'd go to the website 10 times and it didn't work, like we did today, right? And it didn't, whatever. And so, so I think that the important thing here is that you just get on it, you stay persistent. My guess is it takes a couple days for them to get this out there. And this is also, Marcia, you and I were talking about this yesterday. Like, this is the time to be putting together, cleaning up your books, because in Joe Biden's, if you saw it Tuesday, when he started his 100-day plan, the top initiative is a huge initiative for relief. And so expect there to be whatever they call it. I think they're calling it Restart America, but expect there to be huge relief. And you want to get in early. So have your stuff together. Just have it all ready.
Yeah. And that's kind of one of the things I was telling people. If you have Apple products, if you have if you've got an iPhone and that's what you use, have all of your gross receipts, those really important kind of things already together, your tax ID, your corporation type. If you have all that stuff together when you apply, it'll make it super easy, because then you don't have to go digging for all of it. So I would say put together, I call it your money file, and have that ready to go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, it looks like, I think there's going to be some other, announcements coming down the pipeline. They said tomorrow. So I already got an email kind of confirming my subscription. You guys got to keep in mind too, startups, entrepreneurs, small businesses, we're used to moving fast. And you've got to understand that for the first time, the state of California is trying to operate like a startup. So there's going to be process issues. There's going to be frustrations in this process. And then that's where you really evaluate, is it worth my time? For some of you guys, for $1,500, it might not be worth your time. But I know plenty of business owners who got, $20, $50, $100,000 from those EIDL loans. And, if you need it, you're going to follow the process. You're going to stick with the process, and you're going to be agile. you know what? They are trying to be a startup, and you guys got to understand government doesn't run like that, right? Like
Mm-mm.
it's not typically running like that. So that's kind of exciting for all of us too. Because as these things start coming out, I don't know if you saw how much faster this came out. The dialogue from we're going to have payroll protection to the time we actually had payroll protection was 6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
It was like 4 to 6 months. This was like what, 45 to 60 days or something. So
Yeah.
that acceleration is happening in real time.
Yeah. And you know, and I mean, you leverage this money. I have a client who was who applied early for EIDL and PPP relief. And he literally called the SBA every single day, and he called his banker every day. And he's like, the 2 hours it takes to do it is going to be worth it. He ended up getting $110,000. He couldn't believe it. He got $110,000. He invested that back into his business in sales and marketing. And he has generated over $600,000
Oh, wow.
from a very small business with a big part of that investment. And so, you know, leverage that capital to do smart things to help to grow your business. And no, this is just kind of more a little bit businessy versus loany. You know, really understand what the economic drivers are in your business, so that if you're investing in things, that you're investing in the right things, the things that sell and generate cash and that have margins. And I know Marissa's a big fan of margins.
Well, I think there's a time to really get clear about where you're going to spend the money. So this is not money that you're going to spend for brand new office space, right? This is money that you're going to use strategically and really think through. And there are a ton of resources, right? There's What Now Academy, right? Where you can go in for weekly master classes with you, Scott. You know, it's a great community of entrepreneurs. Scott's in there. I'm in there. You've got other experts in there talking about pricing and products and all kinds of things. There's a series of free workshops that are coming up with me and SCORE and a ton of other entities. So just keep your eyes open. And then there's that last piece, right? Stop taking classes and get into action. So my challenge for all of you today is to do something for your business. If you need help or support, sign up, subscribe to that email list. It takes you less than a minute to do. And I think that's all I've got to say about that. What about you, Scott?
I think that sometimes people are looking for their next sale. They're looking how they're going to generate income. Maybe they're not sure. They're lost. Maybe in a time like right now, they're looking around and they can't see it, or they see it, but it's going to take time because they're pivoting or adapting or relaunching. It's going to take some time to bridge from where they are to where and so they're thinking about the sale. This email is as good as a sale for you. Like, make sure to, I just want you to understand that this could represent cash for you. So again, I think we both highly recommend that you drop in.
Somebody just sent me a great link in real time. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up. It looks like different types of COVID loans that are available for business. So I'll go ahead and share that because that seems like a really viable resource. And again, I can see Luis on here. I can see a couple of other people. Feel free to share this out. Start a watch party, tag people, put it in your groups, do whatever you want to do with this information. I think it's really important. So this is the financial assistance. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the comments.
I haven't
now.
seen
So
this is great.
Yeah.
Whoever
So this is
who sent this to you?
So this is from my friend Damien. So he sent
Thanks,
this.
Damien.
This is so this is really, really great. So this is, hey, is this for, it's a US based business. It is tribal and self-employed and contractors and freelancers. I put the link there. You'll go through this process to answer a couple questions, and then you'll be able to, again, here we go. Are you a business? Great. Or are you an independent contractor? Great. You can go through this process, and it's going to tell you all of the different options that are available for you. So yeah, I mean, this is the stuff that you guys should already know, right? You should know the answers to all of these questions. When did you start operating? And then what it'll spit out is, hey, this is all the programming that's available to you. So I went ahead and put the loan notes in here, or in the comments of this live stream are all of these different links and URLs that we've shared with you today. Highly recommend you check all of these out. And again, your job today, guys, is to subscribe. So if you actually go and subscribe today, come back to the live stream, write subscribe so that we know that you did it. And have a good day, guys. Bye, Scott.
Bye.
Mhm.